Hello.
Oh, hi!
Thanks for ruining Battlefield's TTK.
Oh, you're welcome.
Mommy, that bum is in the bathroom and there's something hard in his pants!
What's that? They've changed it back! Yes! DRBC here to talk to you about the Battlefield 5 ongoing TTK fiasco, and yes, you heard me right, they've changed it back. After a lot of player feedback, I would say feedback, what do we call it? Ranting, raving, going crazy. A lot of people were upset, and DICE have, given their dues, listened to that feedback, and they have reverted the TTK change back to original Battlefield 5 launch values. Is this good? Is this great? I think it's a good choice, but it explains so much more, the subtext of what was going on between the lines. Let's read as I go and delve into the community letter that was revealed on Reddit. Some gameplay's going to roll as we dissect what the hell is going on with DICE and Battlefield 5. Now, a lot of people will be very happy to hear that the TTK is returning, myself included. I didn't like the change to start with, but it opens up many other questions. First and foremost, are us, the community, actually a good influence on games? Not just this game, games in general. Now, I asked this question, and I'm going to look at this a little bit further next year, because I actually, it could be hypocritical, because I complain about games a lot, and I talk about them a lot, but I have this weird feeling that us, players, game changers, whatever you want to call us, just normal community members, can actually have a negative impact on gaming, and I'll very quickly touch on why. The more that we moan about stuff, the more likely developers are to change. But developers are the ones that make the games. They usually make them pretty well. But there's everybody, including the goddamn vicar and his mother, who want to change things for the way that they think the game should be played. And this is so prevalent in Battlefield. Now, don't get me wrong, it's usually made with some good changes that come from it, but so many things go wrong, and I have a feeling that this TTK change was because of community feedback. Now, they say that most of the community wanted the TTK to remain, but there was obviously people that didn't, and they liked it and wanted it to change. So, are we actually detrimental? Now, I'm going to cover that later in a video in the new year, because I have some really strong opinions on this that people might think I'm a complete hypocrite. Well, they might do, but I don't really care. Anyway, so let's have a look at the TTK letter. Here we go. Hello, Battlefield community. We've committed to giving you an update this week around Battlefield 5's TTK Time to Kill adjustments, as seen in last Friday's letter to the community. After rolling out those changes last week, we've listened to your feedback, reviewed our statistical data, and have made the decision to return to the original TTK value seen at launch. Our intent with the TTK changes was to see if we could evolve the Battlefield 5 experience and make it more enjoyable for new players, whilst also making sure the Battlefield vets have a choice with a more core experience suiting their preferred playstyle. I don't even know where to start with that sentence. Clearly, we didn't get it right. No shit, Sherlock. Veteran players didn't ask for the change. No, we did not. But as game developers, we took it upon ourselves to make those changes based on extensive data and deliberation. It truthfully wasn't an easy decision for us. Why did they make it in the first place? Who was asking for these changes? Why did they do it without consulting anybody? Why did they do it secretly? It's important to acknowledge that we have a challenge bringing new players into Battlefield 5 and onboard them to become more experienced Battlefield players. It's been a challenge across our games for a long time, as many will know, and becomes even more important for us to improve upon our post-launch experience with consistent updates to the game through the tides of war. Our desire to service a game that caters to old and new players will continue. Now that's where I'm saying that will this be the end of the TTK Fiasco saga drama? Something tells me it won't. How we will get it right isn't easy, nor will it be quick, and we appreciate when the community comes together and helps us on this journey. We have learned a lot over the past week. We've gained clarity on those issues you've shared with us around the time to death, the TTD. We've identified imbalances in weapons and have recorded real-world data on how TTK changes our game and impacts our players. Now I just want to quickly talk about this sentence. They have only just now talked about the time to death. Now I logged on today after this reverted to TTK and something else is broken, and I mean broken, just broken. Every time they change something in the core fundamentals of the game, something else breaks. This is why they shouldn't be tinkering like this, without extensive playtests first. When I say it's broken, I mean I am getting insta one-frame deaths. The time to death has been horrendous. I went something like 0 to 21. And people might say, oh, you're whining. Yeah, you're whining to DRB. You don't know what you're doing. Maybe you should just get better at the game. Oh, God, give me strength, Lord. I could punch them in the face. I am good at this game and other games. That's why I'm here on YouTube talking to you about it. So it was really bad. And then we go into another server, and it's kind of good, and then it's bad, and then it's good. I also feel that maybe the time to kill has gone a little bit faster. Maybe I'm killing people in one frame. I don't know. Something isn't quite right. Now, that might just iron itself out in the next couple of days, but why they didn't look at the time to death first, why they decided to go through the time to kill, is just beyond me. With that knowledge, we have a better idea of how to improve the game going forward, and have already begun taking steps to improve the experience for all of our players, new and veteran. I know the developers have run tests with Westy and a number of the other key members taking part in it to run some netcode diagnostics with regards to TTD, and they have been rather successful, so let's see what happens, okay? Starting tomorrow, December the 18th, which is today, or yesterday if you're seeing this tomorrow, that's a lot of... well, it's almost Inception-like. At 4 PM PT, 7 AM ET, 1 PM CET, we will revert the TTK changes to their original launch states. We will remove the Conquest core playlist, and we will not introduce any new core playlists, as mentioned in last week's letter. This will be a server-side update and does not require a client download. We'll continue to identify how we can improve the Battlefield 5 experience, and we'll have more information for you around those changes starting in the new year. Thank you for your feedback and patience. We're excited to be on this journey with you, the Battlefield team. Now, what do I feel about this? I think it's fantastic that they've come out. The communication is coming back again. But why did this happen in the first place? Why did we go through all of this? Why did they shoot themselves in the foot? Why did they upset their old players? Why did they potentially upset their new players? Who's going to look at this game that hasn't bought it already? See, all you need to do is Google Battlefield 5. Let me Google it now. Let me Google it now. Battlefield 5. Immediately. TTK. Battlefield 5 failed. Battlefield 5 issues. Battlefield 5 TTK changes. DICE reverts back to original values. Battlefield DICE responds to Battlefield 5 controversy. Literally, anybody that's going to do any goddamn research on this game is going to see all of that stuff. Why? Who the freak knows? Why did they go along this route? Why did they do it? The conspiracist in me thinks that it has something to do with bringing in players, making it a more palatable scenario for them to play out, in the hope that they enjoy the Christmas period, and then will be nickel and dimed through cosmetic transactions. You make the game easier, you make the game appeal to a wider audience, and then you bleed people dry. That's my thoughts, because nowhere else can I understand why this happened, how quickly it happened, and I feel sorry for the devs, because they've tried their hardest to be open and communicate everything with us, and they're making a game that they feel is going to be good. They make a game because they're passionate about what they do. Do you think those kind of changes that can really upset them, really upset the balance of the game, really upset the fans, and the devs get so much of that abuse back, which isn't fair? Do you think those choices were made by them? Or by someone else, slightly higher above? Okay, on that note, look, It's gone back. The TTK has reverted. It's back to where it should be, it's back to where it belongs, and I'm happy about that, and I hope you are too. I still think this isn't the end of the controversies that Battlefield 5 face. I'm really sad about it because I think it's irrevocably damaged the franchise and this game, and I'm not quite sure if they're going to really recover. Too much stuff has happened from the very get-go. Too many issues, too many problems, and it just continues. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, but it's a really poor show. By the way, there's still a shit ton of bugs, people. I can't quite unlock all of the challenges on Tides of War. Oh well, thank you very much for watching. Anyway, this is just one man's opinion. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you going to continue playing Battlefield? Does it matter to you? Are you a casual gamer? Are you a dirty, salty pro? I don't know. Let me know, and let me know what you think is truly going on behind the scenes. Do you think you've seen the end of the controversies around Battlefield? Will they continue to change things without the thought of us? Do you think that they've done this because of player feedback, reverted it, or because it could potentially harm sales? Do you really think they care about us? Or do you think they're looking at the bottom dollar and thinking, okay, we need to keep at least the core fan happy because we're not attracting new people? Let me know down below, and I will see you in the next video. But until then, DRBC 007 signing off.